Hello, hello, it's Koi again from Ray of Gratitude, giving a peace of mind to at least that one person at a time. um, it's Monday. Let's get into the Monday motivation. Thank you for those that always come through. Thank you for anybody that's new. On Mondays, I do gratitude. I pull from a gratitude, my gratitude attitude deck. I think I'm getting used to this, waking up and doing this rope thing because honestly, I am an entrepreneur and on Mondays I do not work. And, well, I'll just say on Mondays, this is like I do my own work at home. So, and honestly, lately the only thing that has been making me get up early today on Mondays lately is my Monday motivations. It's my motivation to do this for other people. This all started for motivation of myself. So it works both ways, and it always does, just like, teaching and learning. I learn every day. I teach others, and in turn, they teach myself. So if you're looking to understand where to get this, the link is above. So without further ado, let's do this one more time. With all my little, let's begin. Monday motivation, all right? So what is the quote of the day? What do we have here? What can we inspire? Now, of course, if you have these cards yourself, you do not have to do things like how I'm doing. You can easily maybe shuffle it once and just pick the top card, pick a middle card. It's all about really tapping into your intuition, though. So sometimes people pull like a card from here, you know what I mean? But I like to do this shuffle. I like my pop-outs. I had this one before, I feel like last week. So I always do this even though you can't see. But make sure your worst enemy is not living between your own two ears. Make sure your worst enemy is not living between your own two ears, y'all. This is so crazy. Like, I just keep, I know that this is not my own energy because at times I get so sensitive. I get in tune with others. And I'm not saying that I'm like, this isn't my energy, but if anybody else is feeling like anxious, please tap, give me a heart, like, or whatever, because I feel like I've been saying this for the past month or so. Like, there is a lot of anxious energy, but it's also a lot of mental energy, a lot of what's going on. I was thinking about the other day too, a lot of people are in their heads too about what's coming up. We have November coming up. We have the presidential elections coming up. Now, I don't get into politics, especially presidential candidates, all that. I don't talk about that in public. But one thing I do know that I have recognized when I got older is how everybody gets so uptight like this during the presidential election. Look at my freaking... But everybody gets so uptight during November or during presidential elections. And this is what I'm thinking about too. Mental energy, just a lot. Throughout the past month, it just has been a lot. Crown chakra popping, all that. And this card that got pulled today from Monday Motivation is make sure your worst enemy is not living between your own two ears. Make sure. Pay attention to your thoughts. Understand why you feel like your shoulders are up to your ears. Understand the anxiety. Understand your energy. It's very important to, especially if you're aware. If you're aware of this, it means that there's a need for you to do something about it. I just was reading something 5 minutes before I got on. Where you are aware, the energy flows, or Where your awareness goes, your energy flows. I think that's what the saying was. And this right here is to say, like, make sure make sure your worst enemy is not living between your ears. Your mental energy does a lot. It plays into your ego. A lot of people think, oh, ego is bad. It is the big bad wolf because it does tell lies, because it gets so big in your head. You're like, ooh, can I hear my own thoughts? Can I hear spirit? Can I hear my spirit? Can I feel my spirit? And that's the thing. Like, our mind wants to connect with our heart. That's where we find the alignment within our spirit. But our ego can be like, no, I don't think so. No, don't do this. Or remember the time? I don't think so. You know what I mean? And those nagging, self-sabotaging thoughts get really big, and you need to put them in check. And the only way that you can put something in check is by telling them. Right? That's like your stepmother, or annoying cousin or something, or somebody that keeps trying to come up and be like, even a bum, let's just say, that comes up every morning on your walk, always asking for $1. If you don't say, nah, man, I don't got it, you might not encounter him anymore if you just say, no, I don't have it. Or knowing to yourself, let's not go down that street anymore, because he's always going to be there. He's always going to ask me, how can we change this, right? Like, you have the power to change things. You really do. The more that you know that, and the more that you understand where your energy is coming from, the more you understand that this is what I have power of. We don't have power of the weather. I can't be like, okay, let's rain on Wednesday, but stay sunny today and tomorrow. No, I don't have the power of that. But I have power of what goes on with inside of me, especially what's going on inside of the head. Right? Let's pull 2 more cards to just wrap this up. Okay? The grass isn't always greener on the other side. I always mess this up. The grass is always greener on the other side when you stop watering your own. This card for me always is a self-care card, because it's like, it's so true. Like, my grass can be green as hell and just popping, like looking vibrant, healthy. If I tend to myself, my property, my grass, it's always going to look nicer at somebody else's. But the more you spend time and energy at somebody else's grass, you're forgetting about yours. Are you looking at what you need to do? Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. And there's a lot of emotions sometimes where we can't focus on ourselves because we're so anxious now. We're not paying attention to how we feel. And we're just like this, going, what's going on? Let me tell you, I honestly have been like that. I had to push myself, though, honestly. I felt like, and see, this is where ego can come in. I had to push myself because I had a due date and I really wanted to do something by a certain time. But when my back starts hurting, and I'm a massage therapist, I understand this. This used to happen when I was doing a lot of labor work and not tending to myself. The people that care for others the most usually don't. And it's hard. Nurses, doctors. I don't know about doctors, but I definitely know about nurses. They do a lot of work. And they can tend to stop caring for themselves because they're so used to their job. But I know that there's like a specific spot, and sometimes my whole back feels like it's on fire. That to me is an alarm when it's like, sit your behind down. Like, it doesn't matter what's going on or you need to push through. No, sit down, lay down, take a freaking break. It's okay to take a break. I was under 18 at working at Champs, I think, or Foot Locker. And I remember this guy tried to tell me that I couldn't take a break. And I was like, excuse me? He was so mad because I was like, what do you mean? First of all, I'm hungry. I think it was during Christmas time. You know, retail, Christmas. Anybody watching this, you guys know. But I was like, first of all, I'm under 18 and it's mandatory for me to have a break. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah. And this is the thing, like, could I have gotten fired? Absolutely. But but he didn't fire me, but he didn't talk to me again. It was funny. I saw him years later, like, oh, whatever. And this goes to this one, right? Just because your pain is understandable does not mean your behavior is acceptable. Exactly like I said. If you are aware of what's going on, does it mean that it's acceptable? Let's flip the script on somebody. If you're aware of somebody's situation and they keep acting a certain way, and you know that it's out of pain or fear, does that mean that their actions are acceptable? I don't think so. Make sure your worst enemy is not living in between your two ears. Once you can get a control on the thoughts and the things that you are telling yourself, you have a better way of not today, or okay, let's focus on this. You have a better way, a better clarity of understanding your thoughts. When your thoughts are doing like this, I've had anxiety before. I don't know. I didn't go to a therapist then, but I'm sure it was clinical at one point. I had anxiety. I swear. Couldn't sleep at all. Losing weight. Didn't have an appetite. My mind was on 1,000. It's not good. It starts affecting your body. Don't let it get that crazy. Calm down. Don't let those saboteurs affect you and really try to manipulate you. You know, because your mind plays a lot of tricks. And you just don't want that. Start watering your own grass. Start watering yourself. Take care of yourself. What do you need? I wake up in the morning and ask myself, what do I need? Who am I today? Who am I going to be? Am I going to be the strong sequoia that needs to take care of everything? Or am I going to be the relaxed sequoia? Am I going to be calmed down? What energy am I trying to embody today? Right? And work on that. Remember that. That's what mantras are. So what I have to say for you, Monday motivation, y'all, anytime you feel a negative thought in your head, stop. Not today. All right? And if you really want to be challenged, write some negative things out. See it on paper. People be like, why do you write? I don't feel like. It gets it out of your head and it allows your eyeballs to actually see what you just wrote and say, damn, that is how I feel. And then rip that shit up. Burn it up. Flush it in the toilet, however you feel, and say, no more. No more. It's a new day and we're changing things. Remember, the grass is always greener on the other side when you stop watering your own. Love yourself. Even if it's just a little bit today. The more you remember, the more it'll start coming. Where your awareness goes, energy flows. I think that was the saying. So much love to you all. Monday motivation, okay? I hope that this helps somebody today. I hope that your Monday goes well. Much positive vibes to you. I hope your week goes well. Carry this energy on, these thoughts on, these practices on throughout the week and throughout the day. Much love as always. Until next time, I am outie.